Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport, where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. The Cornhuskers will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes offense takes the field. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Over to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
That's a good.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach is calling timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They want to throw it. Grabbed over the middle at Snyder. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Bunch formation for these receivers. The inside handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season, at the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Oh, he missed it. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
You can't miss opportunities like that. We're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the back. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Huskers moving quickly to the line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
And this defense continues to bring the heat. First sack of the day, setting the tone in the first quarter. They had 5 last week, ladies and gentlemen. So this defense has been affecting the quarterback and making him feel so uncomfortable.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Fires to the big fella. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath.
Oh, they blocked the kick. He's got the ball. That one's live. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On second down, just keeps firing. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Just making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did.
Yeah, just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts was.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. He's looking downfield to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in zones. You got to get him involved.
Runs through a tackle. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into the lead.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing it accurately. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Grabs behind the line. It's Roach. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Dropping back, it's Schneider. He's got his man. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Coming after it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Third and goal coming up here. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I tell you what, he drops back to pass, nothing really open, tries to scramble, but now because he got a little bit more yards, is this maybe decision time on fourth and goal, down by more than a field goal? This might be time to go for it.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kent State is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Josh Forbes should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 10 to Northern Illinois. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
And they reacted well with the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Trying to find his man on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed.
Snags it on the right. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Back to throw, it's Schneider. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country and getting the quarterback on the down.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. And he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense, and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half. I
think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly. To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line.
Lasso, check, flip.
Takes the handoff. It's Pierce. One step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. To the air, it's Schneider. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the silver bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Roach. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On the ground, it's Pierce. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Now the toss. Oh, sweet feet. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
That's a really nice throw. When you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you, this is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Trying play action. Extending the play. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
It did look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up, and just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
something that defense has had absolutely no answer for. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. You just got to do a better job this week.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the run, it's Pierce. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Flushed out of the pocket. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And this defense is smelling blood right now. Like, they know they got it right where they want. Got it to third down and long. They got to lead by 3 possessions. Everything is going their way. This offense is in trouble.
He only needs a sliver of daylight, and the returner will be brought down. This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Nebraska 3.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. And the defense picks up the sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you scream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a win.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Schneider. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Got it in the middle, it's Roach. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
He gets a block. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. He's going to pass. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Quick toss. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on 4th downs, they'd have said yes, please, and that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This offense is clicking, especially on 4th down.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Rides to the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Man, I love to understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with a sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about it.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Fires to the middle. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. The Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Here's a quick throw out through the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over.